Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You are listening to WCEG Network. We are a worldwide community empowerment group where we speak life into the community. You can log on to WCEG Radio, talkradio.com to listen to us. Well, you can also watch us live on Smart TV on the Roku cable channel, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. I am Janel Andrews, your host for Soulful Harmonies for the next hour. You can also subscribe free to our network channel on YouTube at WCEG Network. Where again, you can like us on Facebook as well as Instagram. Connect with us on LinkedIn, TikTok, and Threads. You can also download our free WCEG mobile app and also tell Alexa to play WCEG Talk Radio and listen to WCEG and any of our 12 podcast distribution platforms. And last but not least, our disclaimer. Topics and opinions are those of the guest host and the guest only, not WCEG. I want to thank you all for your continued support. Now, thank you for joining us, Pastor Nate Cole, who is my special guest for today.
Bless you.
I call him
bless
Pastor Bishop. How you doing this afternoon, Bishop?
Doing good. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for complying and want to be a part. I have a couple of questions for you as we dive and journey through gospel music. You're an awesome musician. When I get the word to be a part of this podcast, you were one of the first people that came to mind because I love your music.
Wow.
Question, what sparked your interest in becoming a musician and playing music?
Ooh, that's a long story. Well, first of all, my father, who is gone from us now, he told God told him to go start a church. So he had been preaching some time, and he moved his family from Chicago. Shout out to all my Chicago family up there. He moved to Alabama, started a church. So he started a church, but he didn't have any musicians or singers. Now, he doesn't sing or play any music. So God told him, look at his children. So he laid hands on me and anointed me. So from that time till now, I just had a gift to play by ear. So that's where it came from.
Awesome. So what role do you think that old spiritual, traditional hymns might have played in the gospel music today?
Traditional hymns play a big part in gospel music because it timestamps our struggle and the things that we went through, the things that our ancestors went through. It really taps into the emotion of the struggle. So they play a very big part, even though traditional gospel music is also 12-bar blues. So all of y'all out there who, that's why it resonates so well with the older crowd, quartet music and, the blues and the gospel, because they have a lot in common. They all the 12-bar blues. So, yeah.
I think I'm quite sure most of the younger generation don't realize that gospel music originated as spiritual songs by enslaved African Americans. Now, historically, gospel music has been linked in social injustice movements. How do you see modern gospel artists continuing that transition in the face of contemporary issues like racial inequality, poverty, and injustice?
How does it relate? It relates very well because, no matter how far away we go from cotton fields and banjos and unelectric guitars and keyboard synthesizers and modern music, there's always something that's in our reality that sparks us to come back to how that music was born. All of the people that have been murdered by police and different things and the different events that spark that, reignite that spark, like, so it's very, very important, so sometimes you have to go back and remember, the struggle, and sometimes you have a rude awakening, you have like a fresh cup of coffee you didn't ask for, of reality. Reality is you might be free,
Right.
but
That
yeah,
part.
you still have some things that you are battling, so we can't get too far away from that reality either.
Amen. So, as a gospel artist, do you feel a certain responsibility or pressure to represent faith in any particular way?
Um, no, because I grew up in an era where my father was a very, very popular DJ in Chicago, Illinois, and his DJ name was Soul Brother Willie. I don't know. That seemed like he gonna be a preacher some one day. But anyway, he was spinning records, and when he got saved, now I never knew the DJ.
Okay.
All I know is Bishop Cole. I never seen my father drink, play no records, and turn no party out, like that. But he did those things. But when I was born and the way I was raised, one time I found a James Brown CD and I played it, man. And my daddy busted in the room and said, "You don't play that mess in my house." And so, but me as a leader, a pastor, a leader, whatever you want to call it, we got so many titles. Um, but as me as a leader and a musician, I recently just, began to start to walk in the area of music where I'm not afraid to sing about basically life. Because a lot of times, if it's not Jesus, 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 we think it's not a good song or not gospel. But some things you go through in life, people will put you in this box because you're a leader. They put you in this thing. He a pastor, he can't sing about love. He a pastor, can't sing about divorce. He's a pastor, can't sing about disappointment. That's not true. And even if I don't say Jesus 39 million times, this is real life. And for somebody who's listening, this is real life. So I broke into this area of my life where I'm not afraid to sing about whatever. If it make and listen, if it make me feel some kind of way, if it's injustice, if it's hatred, if it's love, if it's family, community, if it's whatever inspires me, I'm gonna sing about it. I'm gonna write about it because it does not mean that it's a bad message or it's vulgar or any such thing. It doesn't have to be labeled gospel to be a very, very powerful and good song.
Yeah, here's old spirituals, even like Wade in the Water. Um, there's a lot of, well, I heard it a lot growing up. And I didn't know that that was a way of instructing escapees to avoid being tracked by the bloodhounds to jump in the water or the river and wade in the water until the time they pass by. So they wouldn't get detected. I didn't know that. But they
Wow.
were spiritual back then in some ways to escape as well. The Underground Railroad.
Right.
Some say Swing Low Sweet Chariot. The chariot represented the Underground Railroad itself. And coming for to take me home is taking me to freedom. And a lot
Right.
of people don't know that. I know we sung these songs growing up, but we didn't really dive into what these songs meant.
Right.
Um, what are some of the biggest challenges you face today as a gospel artist in terms of getting music across and heard and appreciated?
Um, I think one of the things for me is consistency. Um, so much be going on in my life, and I'm a very private person. I know I've been on hiatus and sabbatical for some time. I think some points of your life, sometimes when God called you, you'll be in solitude. So one of the things that's challenging is for me is consistency because there's so much of my life I don't want to share. You know, just like us, like, some things you do, you don't want everybody to see you do. You don't want everybody to follow you in the bathroom. They watch you brush your teeth. They watch you get the mad out your eye. But that's the kind of society we live in. And when you're an artist, people love when you share all of this crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stuff you probably wouldn't share with nobody. You sharing it, they going along on the ride. But to me, I think the thing is that's one of the things that keep me from uh getting to that point where I'm the music is doing what I wanted to do. I think I'm getting in my own way in a sort of way, but
I can understand it. So how do you maintain your spiritual integrity and avoid the commercial pressures of maybe, let's say, diluting your message, your words that you're getting across through music? So see, you could just play music. I've been in your presence. You could just play music and that word gets across. So how
right.
do you maintain your spiritual integrity in doing so?
How do you maintain your spiritual integrity is just staying grounded, not getting caught up in trying to be famous or, because some part of it is fame. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You want to be known so you'll have more fans, but at the same time, making sure that whatever, that God stays the center. You know, Christ stays the center of your life. He stays the center of the reason why you do this. Not necessarily just for money or fame, but you do this because this was birthed in you from a place, that really money can't buy. And your relationship with God is at a place where things can't take it away, material things.
I understand it. Um, so do you actually feel, being honest, that gospel music today still has the same impact to its listeners that they had many years ago?
No, no, sadly. No, we don't. There are some artists who, seem like they have that vein. They stay tapped into, the spirit. And when you hear that music, it immediately make you want to pray, want to worship, want to dance, shout, whatever, it puts you in the spirit. But we got to remember that uh, it's, it's for profit. So at some point you want to be successful. So you have to not be so focused on Jesus, but you better be selling these records. You better find out what's trending, what is the sound, So now it's starting to get, it's more, yeah, it's getting more commercialized. We had to do a lot of things that's based on entertainment. It's based on creating a trend, But some stuff, um, you know, it interferes with our sincerity. It interferes with our purpose. The purpose of you singing. What was the purpose of you singing? Did God give you the gift like me? God gave me the gift to play. I never played no music before, but I play basically anything I can hear. I hear. So,
You,
but it's a sacrifice to stay tapped in and not get too far into the market of music. And because it is a business. Okay, they're not gonna play your song on the radio uh 4 times every hour for free. Okay, how are you going to fund this? Actually, you're going to have to be selling some records, and you're going to have some fame. You're going to have to be pretty popular. Some things you got to do. You got to stay consistent. You got to stay in front of people. You got to have write good material. So it's a business. It's not just, oh, I just love Jesus and I just want to sing about Jesus. No, no, we got to sell records. We got to sell merch. We got to sell tickets. So, a lot of that create a lot of other drama. So some people feel like, well, let me get everybody attention. So now they doing stuff like the world. They just, you know, go online doing cussing or doing something crazy. Not everybody talking about them. So now their music is trending. So yeah.
okay. Um, hmm. Let me see. I got another question for you, Bishop. Um, that one got me kind of off there because you're right. You're right. Um, I had all my questions wrote down too. I think I've had. Excellent. Now, I know your mother, Queen Mother, it's her too as well, doing the church. Um, has she been a part of impact on your life? You said your father, but I know she has an impact on your life as well.
Oh
Um,
yeah, like mom is amazing, and you gotta pray for my mom. She had a stroke a few months ago, and when I left her, she had a stroke. I was over the road, and I had been over the road for some time. So um, when I was in Chicago, and they was trying to get me to come home, but I wasn't gonna go home. I'm like, I'm gonna make this paper, whatever, whatever, blah blah blah. Man, it's a long story. I end up being forced to come home. So I flew home. I flew home, and when I flew home, my father died 3 days later. Now, from that, when he died, I never left my mom to over a year after that, after the anniversary of him dying. So I said, well, she's doing pretty good, because her health wasn't good. So I was taking her to her doctor's appointments. I had basically shut down my whole life and went back home, to help mom. So right when I left, she had a stroke. And man, I was like devastated. So my mom mean a lot to me. So all of y'all out there hating mama's boys, please make sure you have a son that when you get old enough, love you enough to stop his whole life to come see about you.
I did
But
not know
anyway,
that. You
but
know, I
anyway,
have to keep her lifted because Queen Mother don't play. I
yeah,
mean,
she don't play. She played a profound role in my life as far as music. Oh man, like she have always pushed me to go out, do it, put the music, she bought me I remember when she snuck and bought this keyboard for me. This keyboard about $3,700, and we're talking about back in the early 2000s, 90s, no, late 90s. She didn't tell my daddy. She just bought this keyboard, came home with this keyboard, man, big old 88 key Kurzweil. Man, my daddy flipped out. Man, that thing was about $3,700. He had a fit. But my mama said, you better master this thing. You better, and man, you
yes, yes.
so mom, yeah, man, ain't nobody like mom. Like she played an incredible role in my life. Like she's a prophet. She's like one of those prophetic visionaries for my life. So it's somebody I definitely listen to. Her ministry is proven with me. She don't have to be well known. She don't have to be on TBN. She don't have to have a YouTube channel. I know what she say is definitely coming from God, and you better listen. Most of the people who know my mom around here, oh, her and my daddy, they legends. Like, and when my mom started crying and prophesying, I'm telling you, everybody get quiet. Like, boy, I'm telling you, I seen some things she said. I was like, ain't no way that's gonna happen, bro. When I tell you it happened, like she was standing right there, seeing it. And it's just incredible. So, mom, I know you out, you recovering right now, but I love you.
Well, we do love you, Queen. And I hope to see you soon. I miss being in your presence. It was different. I guess all I can say was different. I came up in the church too. I was a Baptist church and did stuff the Baptist traditional way, and being in your mother's presence is just different. Different
Yeah,
feel for the love of Jesus Christ.
yeah.
So yes, I'll continue to keep her lifted in prayer. Um, do you have any new projects coming up? Any new albums?
Yes, yes, and yes. I have I am loaded. You hear me? When I say loaded, loaded. I've been writing, producing,
Um,
writing. I need to
so you
drop this
produced
stuff.
it,
Yeah, I produce
right?
all my music. Yeah, write it, sing it, produce it, all of that. So I have several different ways I could go. I got a lot of instrumental stuff, a lot of jazz stuff, a lot of different moods I was in, different times where it's no words. I don't need to say nothing. Just play, you know.
Well, we was clear.
And then there's some songs that God gave me, that I'm gonna release that I believe will bless a lot of people. My thing is I've been trying to plan a release But I ran into somebody who was like, just drop it. Don't try to, but I don't want to disappoint myself because I know how this system works. It takes money to get it before people, so I'm just trying to plan how I'm gonna release it and drop it off. So
Definitely praying for us. You don't just, gotta
yeah,
feel.
yeah.
Um, now, is this new album? Because in a way, I kind of feel some of the music today is more geared toward self-healing.
Right,
I went through this, so I'm saying about my heart.
right.
I don't care what you're going through, it's about me. And I'm saying this, but I gotta get my healing. And I understand that, but at some point, we do have to look at your audience because we are called to win souls to Christ.
Right.
So these albums that you're producing, are they gonna be like traditional? You just said you had some jazz, so they
I got some traditional gospel. I got some stuff that you probably would hear in the backwoods of a revival or something, you know what I'm saying? I got some stuff like that too. Um yeah, most of the stuff that I'm doing as gospel is not necessarily like talking about me, trying to heal me or that, this maybe is, songs of deliverance that God gave me, just like, you know, um, it shall be done, different things. But no, it's not like that. But maybe more so the instrumental, maybe sort of the more so the instrumental is definitely like talking about my journey from, it's just the music from the different moods, the different modes, because one thing I love about God is um when he really deliver you from people, because people will put you in this thing like you aren't supposed to think about God all the time. That's not true. Sometimes you're thinking about love. Sometimes you might be disappointed or discouraged. These are real emotions. So I don't want to seem like um like I'm not human. I don't have, even Jesus wept, for great reason he wept if you read the text. But um, I just want to be a real person. I'm not a machine. So I don't want to be like, uh, that's not my life. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to portray that. I don't want to come off as, all he do is worship. No, I pause. I eat chicken. I go to the beach. You know what I'm saying? I got a real life. Like, this is not all I do. All he do is preach. He got a revelation every week. No, I don't. Like, actually, sometimes I want to just be preached to it. I want to be prophesied to. I want people to lay hands on me. I want people to pour into me. Sometimes I want to sit down and be quiet. Like, sometimes I just want to absorb. So yeah, I'm not afraid to share that part, but yeah, there are some sides of me that's full praise. That's full worship. And I think one thing will be great about the people that start following me, when I start sharing this stuff, they'll see all the different sides of me. And so that, I think that'll be the beauty part in the artists, Nate Cole and Nathaniel L. Cole, whichever one you want to call me. But I think that's the beauty part. And most of it, I've been afraid to share a long time. A lot of the things that probably would make me go viral, I've been just, don't share that, don't share that, don't write that, don't sing that, don't, it's too real. You know what I'm saying? But I think that, not trying to say that we taking glory from God, because the Bible said, Paul said, we preach not ourselves, but Christ. Uh, I'm definitely not trying to preach me. And it is a lot of self, self help things, meditations and different so what. And if you really want to get deep in this now, we can definitely get deep in this because there are many things the church will not teach you. Hello, is somebody listening to me? There are many things that you will not learn in church because sometimes the people who are teaching, they are very surface in those areas. And a lot of the restoration that we need in spirit, it takes us finding that through hurt, pain, and solitude. And sometimes you have to go into these places where I like to call it like the menu. It's just like if you're trying to edit your phone, you're trying to change a setting on your phone, you got to go into the menu. Well, how do you get into the menu of life? You get into the menu of life through what? Meditation. The Bible speaks of meditation. Meditate upon my word, meditate all the time. But we let the world take the definition of meditation and corrupt it to something that now we totally reject. When a lot of us, we've been churching for 25 years. Some of us been preaching 30 years with the same hurt from divorce, the same hurt from abandonment of your parents, the same hurt from the death of a parent, the same hurt, church hurt. You've been carrying the same stuff. How long you been carrying stuff? And when are you really going to unpack this stuff? When are you going to really heal yourself? And news break, church folks, I love y'all, but there are some things you will have to heal yourself from. And it takes knowledge. And a lot of us, we're afraid of knowledge. We're afraid of anything that's not in the 66 books. We're afraid of somebody teaching you or somebody showing you that this is how you change your mind. How you change your mind, how you change your life is how you change your mind. But a lot of times we don't go into revealing the mind in scripture. In the Bible talk about the mind all the time, but we overlook those areas where how you think directs your life. Now, not trying to get off subject, but it's a lot of healing I had to do in the last 4 years. Okay. So I am definitely not the person I was because I put in the work to be better, to actually be healed, to take the time. How many pastors you know right now probably preaching, bleeding all over people? How many people and prophets you know right now need to sit down? How many people you know singing the gospel need to be quiet?
Singing, even in church in the choir is a ministry. They get up, they go sing, they go home. It's just so they just
And you know,
I went to church, I'm gonna go sing in the choir and go home.
Some of them feel like that because it's because they do it for a living that they can't take a break and fix themselves. I'm gonna say this, and I ain't trying to get deep because I'm a deep person, but I'm gonna mess with you just for a second. I'm gonna mess with you just for a second. Okay. You remember the story of Humpty Dumpty, right? Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. It didn't tell you whether he was distracted. Did he slip? Did he trip? It just said he had a great fall. And most of our stories are just like that. But one thing that's so amazing about this story is during my time of healing, and I hadn't publicly made no comeback from my sabbatical, but this is one thing I learned after being dropped, failed, cracked on the ground. All of the people in that story that came to help Humpty, guess what they were too? Broken. Because nobody feel another broken person like a broken person or a person who have been there and done that. So hey, so all of the people that pushes your healing, that pushes your elevation, that pushes you, that come to restore you, that comes to comfort you, to encourage you when you're broken, these people also have been broken in some point or some factor of their life. So the music will come. Matter of fact, music, like to me, music is like second nature. Like when I hear something, sometimes I hear the total, I hear the finished product. And sometimes when I sit down to play, it just depends on what mood I'm in. You know what I'm saying? I'm dating this beautiful lady. Hey, I know she watching. Hey, babe. I know she watching me. She be rooting me on, man. I love her. But when I'm dating her, And I mean actually dating, actually vetting her, getting to know her, not sleeping with her, but getting to know her. Hello, keeping my distance. You stay over there, I'm stay over here. We're gonna actually talk about the hard stuff, the stuff we don't show people, the stuff that people be shocked they married. We're gonna talk about that. But dating her, she had me feeling some kind of way. So I wrote a few songs about how she made me feel. Now, me being a bishop, he's a bishop, he's a pastor. He can't sing about love, lies. The problem is some of y'all favorite songs on here who watching me, they not church songs. Trust me. Y'all, if I go in your catalog, R. Kelly better not be in your catalog. If I go in your catalog, these people that shouldn't be in your catalog should be in your catalog. But you know what? Some of the best music is not necessarily a bad song. Now, some of this stuff we making now is just, oh my God, this 304, this ratchet, this, oh man, it's horrible. Is every word is cuss word. You a B this, B that. Like people proud to be a B. You proud to be a B. Like why you championing
that?
that?
I mean, because I know my making and make, I'm not that.
I
So
remember when women used to get offended if you ever called them that. That was like the ultimate. Women actually liked it. They call each other this stuff.
well, I'm still that woman because you ain't gonna call me that.
But I write about everything. Like the music comes. So me just trying to get into when I'm in the spirit, I'm in the spirit. Um, that's not a mode you're always in. You're not always speaking in tongues, walking around praying in the spirit. No. The Bible said this is something funny too. I like to share. The Bible said Zechariah, which is John the Baptist's father, he was praying for all these years to have a baby. Now he's old. The text said him and his wife Elizabeth, they were old. So he went to the tabernacle to do his ministration, his duty as a priest. Uh, and the angel came in the Holy of Holies. Gabriel appeared before him, said, "Hey, I'm finna give you and your wife a baby." Then I'm paraphrasing. Zacharias. He said, he saw the angel and said, "How can this be? I'm old now. I'm stricken in age." And the angel said, "Because you didn't believe, I'm Gabriel. Because you didn't believe, I'm going. You're gonna be dumb." Now this is the point. When the angel came to him, she was not pregnant. When when the angel appeared to him, she was not pregnant. When he went home, dumb, she got pregnant. So go back and read it. Y'all want to argue with me? Go back and read it. But he didn't need no words for that. So he evidently, God needed him to leave that ministration he was doing in silence to conceive this forerunner for Christ. So you're not always in the same mood. Okay. So let's be real. Let's stop trying to, no, you're gonna see me in different lights. Sometimes I want to be chill. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't want to be called bishop. I want to be a person. Don't call me all of these titles. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm so not hung up on this stuff. Matter of fact, me and the overseers had a really strong conversation about this. Let them know that who we doing this for, people. I'm not into all these titles. Anyway, here I am. But the music, I'm singing, I'm writing about it all. Where it's bad, good, bad, and ugly.
Okay.
So
so and we don't say question. Now I remember a time that was very, 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 very different. And we were in church and we were playing and prophecy was doing the praising with the player. And we left. Whenever we played it back, and hear like bells.
Yeah.
Have you had anything like that? That was
no. I hadn't seen anything like that since. No, but I've seen some pretty spiritual things that actually make you go wow, like oh man, this is creepy. Yeah. But no, like that, like no. When we played it back, it was like bells. No, I hadn't seen anything like that since.
I remember that had been where we were. Well, any other information you have for us as far as music?
Just be on the lookout. I will re-emerge, resurgence. Just been offline, you know what I'm saying? My life going on, you know what I'm saying? I'm still doing things, still preaching and different things, but I've been just not involved with trying to be seen. You know what I'm saying? That and that point is just, so when God actually do put me where I'm seen, it will definitely be God. So
Place where we need to be silent.
yeah, I mean, and I've learned that, a time that you're not missing anything. Sometimes you are, your wholeness is way more important than you being um, seen. So there's a lot of people being seen, they're not whole. They're not healthy either. They're not healthy spiritually. They're not healthy mentally. They are falling apart right in front of people. So a lot of us need a lot of ministry, a lot of love, and a lot of care. But you have to take that time for yourself. So you have to take that time for yourself. So
Well, I understand it. Again, you came to my mind, which I got the message to do Soulful Harmonies. I was like, that's awesome. So, I called you Pastor. I know you bishop. Yep.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Pastor Cole. I just feel like being in your presence when you play, like again, you don't even have to say a word. You just play and the spirit just flows in the room. So I thank you. Thank you for being a part of my life. That you helped me in such a way to get healed from some things, as well as I thank you for being a part of my show today.
Wow, you know what? And I give God praise for that because sometimes people go a long time without telling you, actually how you affected their life, and whether it was a sermon or music or just your presence. So I'm grateful and I'm honored to being your pastor, and this was one of my best members. Come on, y'all, this.
Well, Bishop,
And
I'm here. If ever you need me, I'm always.
I
So,
see that, I see.
okay. Um, hey, I'm just like that. I believe that we have to help each other. I'm one of those ones I was taught it takes a village, not just one person.
Right.
And I truly thank you. I can't thank you enough. Um, I'm gonna be praying for your mom.
Yeah.
Praying that everything goes well. I'm gonna call her lady. I don't know her name. And stay in touch. Let us know when your albums are.
I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you before it drops. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna email it to you.
I wouldn't be doing anything like this. When you first met me, this was not on
Oh
my.
no. I was shocked when you inboxed me. I was like, radio? Wow.
So give praise and honor and glory to God. Pray about it. It came forth. So gotta do what I'm putting. Sometimes you pray for stuff, but come the way you want it, or in another way. So I can thank you. Don't forget my readers. You have a website, Dr. Cole?
They can just catch me on Facebook. They can catch me at Dr. Cole, Dr. Nathaniel Cole Ministries, or they can just catch me at Nate Cole Music. I'm sure it's linked in one of your posts, but yeah, I don't say too much right now, but just be on the lookout. Yes.
I thank everyone for tuning in today. Thank you again, Bishop. And watch this replay on www.wcegtalkradio.com. Reach us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Even tell Alexa to play WCE Talk Radio. Again, I thank you all. Have a good rest of the day.